Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be my top summer fragrances of 2025, and these are new fragrances that I picked up between last summer to this summer, with a couple that I've talked about before, but I picked up larger bottles. I do enjoy fragrances that I've talked about in the past, but I like to give you guys what's new. So I'll link my playlist below where I talk about other top summer fragrances, because even though fall is my favorite season, summer fragrances are my favorite kind of fragrances. What I consider to be summer fragrances, like coconut, tropical. I like fresh and clean year round, but I especially love it in summer because of how hot it gets here in Florida. I have about 10 fragrances to go over, and I have some fragrance mists to talk about in the beginning. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So first we're going to start off with fragrance mist. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Awaken Confidence from Rare Beauty, and this is the mist and the body cream. This is an oil-based fragrance mist, so you're going to want to put this one on after the shower before you put your clothes on. And what I love about this fragrance is the peach note. There's other notes in here, but the peach in here is so juicy. Peach tends to be a little tricky. A lot of fragrances with peach either come off a little synthetic to my nose, or it's more like peach skin. It's more fuzzy, and I don't have many fragrances where the peach is like a juicy peach, like when you're biting into just a very ripe juicy peach. That is what this is. It's fruity and it doesn't come off synthetic to my nose, and it's just beautiful on its own, as well as to layer with other fruity fragrances. So again, that is Find Comfort Awaken Confidence by Rare Beauty. Okay, keeping in line with fruity fragrances, we have two from Sol de Janeiro. This is from their limited edition summer set. We have Agua Mistica and Flor Mistica, and I did talk about both of these fragrances in my fragrance mist video, which is my last video that I posted. That one I go over new fragrance mist releases as well as new fragrance mists in my collection. So if you want more detail on these fragrances and what they smell like, because these do smell like other fragrances, go ahead and check out my video if you haven't already. There is also a third in this set. It's Danza Mistica, but out of the three, these two are my favorite. This one leaning more on a citrusy orange side, and this one on a tropical fruity side. So again, that is from Sol de Janeiro. This is their limited edition summer fragrances, and that's Flor Mistica and Agua Mistica. Okay, and then last for my fragrance mist, we have clean, not only clean beauty, but just clean fragrances, like they smell clean, fresh, and woody, and that is Salt and Stone. We have Bergamot and Hanoki and Neroli and Basil, and I do have a video coming out in a couple weeks where I talk about this range, so I'll go over more details. But this one is more clean, woody, and fresh, and then this one's more clean, woody, and fresh, and basil. It's got a little bit more of an herbal touch to it. So I do enjoy these more on a daily basis. They're light, they're clean, they don't give me headaches. They give me that kind of hotel spa vibe, and that alone gives me a little bit of a vacation in a bottle, but again, more clean, spa-like than I would say tropical. I will say they tend to sit a little bit closer to the skin, but I really enjoy Salt and Stone. So I'll talk about these more in a couple weeks, but these are more of my clean, fresh fragrances that I enjoy on a daily basis. All right, keeping in line with clean and fresh, these are definitely more luxurious, more expensive smelling, and last longer. We have two from the House of BIJOU. We have El Sireno and Agua de Santos. So again, keeping in line with fresh, clean, woody. These both have lavender. This one leaning a little bit more herbal, and this one leaning a little bit more citrus orange, like you really get the orange blossom, and I believe this one might have neroli. So these are very much unisex fragrances, very luxurious smelling, and this is another house that I'm going to be going over very soon. I really enjoy this house, and they're very clean, so the fragrances are really nice for year round. But these two in particular, when I want that fresh, clean, more citrus. You guys know I love like citrus fragrances. This one isn't necessarily citrus. El Sireno is more herbal, but beautiful for summer. These two also layer very nicely together. So again, that is from the House of BIJOU, El Sireno, and Agua de Santos. Okay, keeping in line with clean, musky, but now we're getting into fruity fragrances. This one I would say is clean, fresh, musky, and the fruit in here is more tart. and that is from Ellis Brooklyn. This is Dear Sky. This fragrance is kind of your pretty girl fragrance. It has kind of a shampoo-y vibe. This one has a little bit of a tartness that comes from the rhubarb. It's fresh, clean, a little floral, and there is some green, a little greenness to this fragrance as well. It can be a little dry. There's another tart fragrance that I'm going to talk about, but it's more juicy. This one, with the muskiness and some of the other notes, comes off a little dry to my nose, but I do enjoy this on a daily wear. It just smells clean, almost like shampoo, but not too fruity. So that is Dear Sky by Ellis Brooklyn. Keeping in line with Ellis Brooklyn, now we're going to get into my fruity tropical fragrances. This is Ellis Brooklyn's Guava Granita. Now I did feature Miami Nectar last year, and I kind of wanted to mention it again this year as an honorable mention because these two vibe very similar. This one being more pineapple, this one being more guava. I will say that the guava note in here unfortunately doesn't stick around on my skin as long as I would like it to. The pineapple and this one sticks around a lot longer. This one's like a pina colada vacation in a bottle, and this one like the ad with that guava granita, that sorbet dessert. But this one, to me, the tropical fruitiness lasts a little longer, so I wanted to mention it because these two layered together, it's absolutely gorgeous. What I usually do is I'll pop this one on first because I really love the opening of this one, and then as that fruity top leaves after about an hour or so, then I'll go ahead and layer this one on top, and it's just a beautiful vacation in a bottle. I enjoy them on their own, this one more so on its own, but I do enjoy Guava Granita with Miami Nectar. Next we have Daisy Wild by Marc Jacobs, and this is the Oh So Intense. I don't know if I featured the original last year. That's another one I'm going to look forward to wearing, that one being more fresh and clean. This one being a little bit more fruity. You get the banana flower in this one longer. The banana flower does kind of fall off into the background on the original quicker. This one, it sticks around longer, and I also really love the amber in here. It kind of warms this one up. And what I usually do is I'll wear the original like during the day while I'm at work, and then I'll pop this one on in the evening because of that kind of warm amber. It gives me sunset vibes. So I do really like them for different reasons. They smell similar, but when you spray them side by side, that one's definitely more fresh, clean, a little less fruity. This one, the banana flower is a little stronger, and this one's warmer with the amber that's in here. So Daisy Wild by Marc Jacobs, and this one is the Oh So Intense. Okay, another fruity fragrance, another tart fruity fragrance. This is the one that I said was a little bit more juicy. We have by Dolce & Gabbana L'impetrice Royale. This one, like Dear Sky, has that kind of tartness, but in here it's coming from the cranberry, and it's also more juicy. You get that fruit bowl salad DNA from the original, and then you get that tart cranberry that's in here. Very juicy, fruity, beautiful for summer months. It gives you kind of that picnic vibe with that fruit salad, but then you also get that cranberry that's in here. It's very mouth-watering and juicy. So really looking forward to wearing this one now that it's getting super hot here. And again, that is L'impetrice Royale by Dolce & Gabbana. Some more tropical fragrances. I would say both of these are starting to get into the coconut territory, even though to me, I don't get the coconut very strong in either of these fragrances. I get it more when I layer with them. So I did talk about these last year, but now they came out with 50 mils. So we have Kayali Maui in a bottle, Sweet Banana, and Maldives in a bottle, Ylang and Cocoa. Now I'm gonna link my video below where I go over this range. These are my two favorite. There's 4 in the Vacay in a bottle range. This one being, to me, a little bit more jasmine. You get the Sweet Banana, and then again, the coconut adds something to this one, but it's not super like coconutty to my nose. I get that, yeah, I get that slight indolic jasmine in the opening. I do get the Sweet Banana, and then the coconut comes in a little bit more, never strong, in the dry down. And even though they don't list warm florals in here, like yellow florals, I still get yellow florals in the dry down. They only list, I don't know if it's coming from like maybe because the jasmine in here is very strong, maybe mixing in with the sandalwood, but this does give me those kind of warm florals that I get from Ealing. So that is Maui in a bottle. And then Maldives in a bottle. This one is more herbal. This one I believe also has banana, but it's banana blossom. But I get that rosemary in the opening. It's more herbaceous. There's something citrusy that's coming from the wild lemon. It's fruity. There's star fruit, banana blossom. This one has ylang ylang, which I get, but I get it more in Maui in the bottle, even though they don't list it. And then this one has coconut milk. Now again, when it comes to both of these fragrances, the coconut in here is very subtle. It's when I layer them together that I get a little bit more banana and a little bit more coconut. These two, I would say, layer beautifully together. I prefer, if I had to pick on their own which one I prefer, it would be Maldives. I like that kind of fresh, herbaceous opening. I love the rosemary, how it's done in here. And I don't know, it's a little bit more balanced. The jasmine in here I prefer in the dry down. It's just a little too realistic in the opening, but these two together layer very, very nicely together. So again, we have from the House of Kayali, we have Maui in a bottle and Maldives in a bottle. Okay, then ending this video, I did want a coconut category, but I don't feel like I really have overly coconut fragrances. But I did pick two up in the tail end of summer. And I feel like these are more transitioning scents. So I do enjoy these for summer nights. Also, since we're transitioning from spring to summer. One in particular I think is going to be very beautiful for summer nights. And that is Valentino's Donna Born and Roma the Gold. This is limited edition, so it's a little harder to find. And then I do have YSL's Libre Flowers and Flames. Now I will say that I still think this one's a little redundant. I wore it today to see if I got a little bit more of a tropical vibe, and I don't. I get it slightly. I'm looking for it. I know it's there. It's a little warmer, and there's a slight coconut touch to this one. I just wish it was stronger. I actually enjoy layering these two together. So that is my scent of the day. I did wear this one first to try to see if I picked up the coconut. I just wish it was a little stronger. I also do enjoy layering this one with Coconut Sun to bring out the coconut a little bit more. This is actually my favorite combination, I would say, just because I get more of the YSL DNA with a little bit of the summer coconut that I was wanting. So I do really enjoy this combination. I just find this one to be redundant. The reason why I wanted to mention it is because I'm looking forward to revisiting it and playing with it. So I wanted to talk about it and then honorably mention Coconut Sun, which has been in my video last year. This is my favorite coconut fragrance at the moment, but I would say my favorite new coconut scent would have to be Valentino. The coconut in here is subtle, which I like. I'm learning I prefer when the coconut adds to the fragrance instead of being a coconut forward fragrance. This one's definitely not coconut forward. The coconut is in here, I get it, but it's not an overly coconut scent. This has the Donna Born and Roma DNA, that jasmine bourbon vanilla combo with a little bit of coconut water. I don't know if it's coconut milk or coconut water, but it comes off more coconut water to my nose. And it's what this fragrance is described as. It's supposed to be like the golden hour in Rome. It does give me that kind of sun setting vibe, and it's not the fruity elements of Donna Born and Roma. It's definitely the vanilla and the jasmine with a little bit of a coconut touch, and there is like a yellow gardenia in here. Now, I don't know what yellow gardenia smells like. What I do know is it's not a sharp gardenia, which I feel is more like the white gardenia. It is more of a warm floral that I get from yellow florals. So beautiful. My top coconut of this year, newest in my collection, but my top coconut overall is Coconut Sun. So I did want to honorably mention that. So again, that is Valentino's Donna Born and Roma the Gold, and then YSL's Libre Flowers and Flames. So yeah, guys, that is my quick rundown of the fragrances I'm looking forward to playing with this summer of 2025. Let me know in the comments below, do you guys have certain fragrances that you gravitate towards during the summer? And if so, what are your favorites? But that will do it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.